Good day everyone, I am Francis C. Erabaca. Join me as I revisit Roxas, Palawan. It was believed that Roxas was the result of the diligence and perseverance of 7 men from the place called Cagayancillo to look for better opportunities outside of their original place of abode, where it can provide their own needs. By their very nature, these men are mainly boat makers. It is the only way by which they can generate income and improve their living condition. Boat making has been their main preoccupation since time immemorial. They use Molave lumber, which they usually gathered from forests of mainland Palawan, for constructing boats. They also went to islands in the Visayas to trade with the local folks, bringing them products they gathered from the sea and forest. While on searching for Molave trees, which they intended to use for boat making, they chanced upon the lush virgin of forest of barrio retac, where there was an abundance of everything. Right then, the men decided to settle in their newly found haven and hoped that they would be able to make in this time. With advices from their friends and relatives who are already living in the mainland, Palawan, they started to search for lands and ended up in a place where there is plenty of fresh water with boton trees, a local tree variety whose bark and seed are believed to be a medical value. Since the place became so prosperous that the people started to settle in a place which they originally named Sambuton, after the tree. Houses were constructed, schools were built, and roads were laid out with the members of community pooling their resources together in order to establish a functioning community. A few years later, the place became a barrio and was named Del Pilar, after the hero of Tierra Paz. Still under the jurisdiction of Puerto Princesa, Del Pilar was later headed by Rufino Bacquiao as its first barrio lieutenant. It only became a municipality of Roxas in Act of 1951 when Congress enacted Republic Act No. 615 with the seat of the government located at San Nicolas. The 7 men who discovered Roxas, Palawan: Rufino Bacquiao, a teniente del barrio and the leader. Fermin Bonbon, son-in-law of Rufino. Telesforo Bacquiao, brother of Rufino. Silvestre Bacquiao, son of Telesforo. Benito Cardejon, a relative. Raimundo Bungkag, a relative. Santiago Bungkag, a relative. Captain Manique, a World War II captain who protected Del Pilar and made it his training camp. Harry Stonehill, an ex-sergeant of U.S. Army who promoted the Republic of Glass Corporation, which is celebrated now as Panalaminan. Dr. Higinio Acosta Mendoza Sr., who organized the first guerrilla force in Roxas, Palawan to fight the Japanese. Roxas, Palawan is located on the eastern coast of Palawan Island facing the Sulu Sea. Roxas, Palawan contains a population of 69,624 people with 38,775 registered voters. In some barangays of Roxas, Palawan, there are ethnic tribes, and these tribes are the Palawan Batak. They are similar to the Negritos and have been classified as one of the Philippine Eta groups. Their name Batak originated from an old Cuyonon word which means mountain people. They are referred to by such a name because they live close to the nature, having the mountains as their traditional habitat. Settlements are widely distributed in the mountains, river valleys, and along the seacoast of northeastern portion of Palawan Island. The Batak are known as traditional hunters and good gatherers. They hunt for wild animals to provide meat in their diet. They also dig wild roots, collect succulent leaves, and catch edible insects. These forest items, when available, are included in their meals. In the jungles of Roxas, Palawan, you can also discover the Palawan pangolin. Other names of this animal in Pinoy include balikon or balikon and guling, with the same meaning in the Palawan language. This pangolin is also known as tanggiling, and also has the same meaning. The Palawan pangolin has 5 sharp claws per foot and powerful appendages used for digging. However, these claws are not used as weapons for attacking defending other animals. Pangolins can run solely on their hind legs for a duration, using their tail for a balance. The tail of these animals is prehensile, allowing them to grab onto branches or stand on their hind legs despite being covered in scales. The tail is also aids pangolin with climbing and standing upright, or to be used as a weapon to puncture enemies using its sharp scales.
They are the only living mammal in the world that is known to have covered scales all over their body.
Panalaminan Festival, May 15 to 16. The festival, whose name is a Cuyunon word which means mirror, celebrates the history of Roxas as a repository of silica sand used for production of mirrors and glassware. Panalaminan means to mirror the past, present, and future culture, practices, and traditions of the municipality. One of these tradition practices is the panulu sa banwa, an old way of catching fish or crabs using torch or gasera. At the Panalaminan Festival, 31 barangays will compete in the panulu sa banwa, and other events in the store are an agri and trade fair, food fest, sports festival, fun one, marathon, sand sculpting competition, motocross, dance and singing competitions, and there are also will be a grand parade and a fireworks display. Kasuy. Roxas, Palawan is known for the cashew capital of the Philippines, which made the locals focus on different types of cashew dishes in the municipality. Chowlong, a dish which is originally called as po, that has rice noodles and a broth of your choice with a matching French bread for a dip. Pako, pako. Pako remains a seasonal plant and makes its appearance with the advent of the monsoon. It grows well in wild, usually for shady trees. Locals serve this with a tasty homemade vinegar called sinamak, sinilaw na salabay. This is a dish which includes raw jellyfish that is soaked in coconut vinegar or calamansi, and always served fresh, fresher than anyone. Banwa Island, located in northeastern Palawan in the Sulu Sea. Banwa Private Island, 6 hectares of lush, verdant landscaping and pristine white sand beaches provide a perfect environment for nature to thrive. This island provides sanctuary for an incredibly rich and diverse number of flora and fauna species.